Hey guys, this is a match, ranked match against France on Ancient Spires. I'm gonna try to lock the camera so we can kind of see how it's playing throughout the match. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, so yeah, I think this is doing it. Yeah, so pretty sloppy pay from the beginning. Kind of miscue sending all my villagers onto the dock. Just trying to send one. Sending villagers to collect wood. TC super late, so it's like 18 seconds, 19 seconds, and my TC should already be set up. And it's just setting up now at 25, so we're about 7 seconds late on our build order here. But not end of the world. We're hawking our dock there. And I think we're just screwing around there. Hawking our dock. We've also been shift clicking our villager onto gold. Picking up these sheep here. Rallying villagers. Just kind of checking out the scouting here, seeing if we can find any sheep on the edge of our vision. We do see this one in our base. And just clicking my scout or my con around up there. We see his scout. Kind of hoping that he would go into our range here when he comes down here. And he doesn't. Well, it's pretty hopeful. It's a long stretch to think he's going to run into our... There, we do see a sheep up there, but we don't get into it. We had our villagers TC'd for a little bit, and we did pull them back to work. Back on our con. We saw his scout, so we weren't sure if his scout was coming along the edge of the map here or cutting up north. And we do spot his con just barely, I believe, right here. If I remember. Yeah, so we see some of the sheep running up there, so we know he actually cut up. So we're going to hit the edge of this map here and fully scout it. And we're beginning to collect our gold now at the 2.5 minute mark. We've got 4 villagers on food. And, you know, we got our dock going well. We've got 2 fishing ships going up to 3rd. So we're rallying our villagers onto gold right now. We're going to go up to 3 on gold, and then we'll go back onto wood. Up to 10 on wood. With Ancient Spires, I like to do a couple of docks. Just really helps kind of to boost that eco. And it also gives points for him that he has to attack. Let's reveal map all real quick. Let's lock the camera. Unlock the camera. He's collecting gold. He has also gone a dock, and he's just getting his first ship out now. Overall, he's got 18 eco, and we've got 19. So again, with our earlier dock, and we're currently 4 ships, we're able to keep up with the French production here. Lock our camera back onto where we were. Yeah, let's go to our vision only, see what we're looking at. Scouting at that map up there. We're almost to our 10th villager. Food-wise, we're ramping up pretty good to 400, and our gold is definitely in a good spot with the 3 on gold. And we're just scouting around up here on the top side. Do spot the 5th relic. And we are dropping our Uvu now. We have a lot of wood. We're sending this scout over to drop a dock on this little pond here. Unfortunately, I think this dock placement messes up this shorefish here and deletes them. So we now only have 2,000 fish there instead of 2,500. So we are going to build one less fishing boat, or actually two less. I think I only built 3 fishing boats on that pond. Just because there's less resources, it's less investment, no need to overcommit. It will mine it out really fast, and we can start aging up now at the 4-minute mark, or 5-minute mark, sorry, and we're starting to age up now. So it's definitely a delay to age up, but eco-wise, it's pretty sturdy with those going with those the docks here. And we also got 11 on our wood here, so we're gonna be able to crank out a lot of infrastructure. Khan is coming back to base. We see he has reached feudal age, so we know we're going to probably start getting hit with night raids before we're kind of ready with our military. We are going to commit to Mangudai, because almost every time French players go knights, so we want to repel those raids with Mangudai. And yeah, we're just tapping up a tower. Selecting our villager to go over to that other pond, I think was that last camera jump. And I'm just checking out our base, I guess. Resending our villagers. Still sending villagers on to food here. We're getting a wheelbarrow upgrade. We sent our villager to fight that wolf, and then we shift clicked him back over to this far pond. Get another little pond that we can just drop a dock. Did a little extra food for wood. Yeah, even if it's just one fishing boat, or 2 or 3, you know, you're getting 3 fishing boats. So we lose one villager there, unfortunately, to that night raid. But we are ready to age up, and we are going to drop our archery range now. Our reaction time on the villager raid is a little slow too. I have to get used to hitting spacebar to jump to last alert. Because if we do that faster, we can react a lot looking at the mini map. You see he's got 2 knights, and they're dangerously close here. We do catch him when he's about to raid, so we're able to deter that raid pretty quickly. And we're going to reposition our deer stones. I want to build some uwus, or pastures, on the backside. And we're upping more villages onto our gold. We figured you might be raiding us there. And we just put all these villagers, 11 of them, onto a tower. That's going to help us get enough garrison space for population. Khan is idling over here. Got his villages back here. So we're going to finish scouting his base out. And trying to drop our pastures, I guess. So it's taking us so long. It's dropping those pastures. We're able to garrison there fairly quickly, but again we lose one villager, unfortunately. We do have our Mangudai out, so we can kind of start harassing with our first set of Mangudai. And we do get a little bit of harass done, and he's pushing back now. We have more than 5 villagers, so we're dropping another tower. And we're sending this villager. We see that there's a dock up here, so we're sending our villager to the other side to drop a tower. And our Khan's still getting chased by this knight, so we're going to finish scouting around by this blacksmith, wrap around that wood line, and send them back here to meet up with the Mangudai. And we have 20 villagers on food, which is nice and healthy, and 7 on gold, so we should have a really good possibility to age up here. We were thinking about transitioning to pastures here, but we decided to save the wood on pastures and forego it since we do have triple docks out right now. And we're gonna decide, and we have 1,000 food in the bank, so we're gonna transition our here. We don't drop a tower, just a straight prayer, so a little bit greedy there, especially against French. And we got a couple more Mangudai out, so we're now up to 6, including the Khan. Bringing our Khan back over. He's far enough along the edge, shouldn't matter. And let's see total resources. So we're about the same in terms of ready to age up. We need us about 200 gold, and he needs about 400 food. And well, I guess so now he's used up some resources, so he's kind of suffering for an age up now. So we do see that tower getting built up by those deer. We saw he was going for those other deer, and we're coming over here. We see he's only doing it with 2 villagers, so we should be able to snipe them here without any issues, and we do. We check here, we see the scout is just burning down a nothing to worry about, but at the same time he is hitting our gold. I believe we lose 1 or 2 villagers. 1. Might have been 2. But we're able to garrison the rest, and he's got a decent knight force here. So we're bringing our Mangudai back to base to deal with these. There's quite a few of them. And then I remember that I've got my sheep, or my deer collection down here, and his knights are just a little bit out of range of vision, it looks like. So we're going to drop a couple of towers. And get relic up to that side there, so we're going to drop a tower up there with our villager. And we're getting our arrow upgrade as well as our melee defense upgrade. So we figured he was going to kind of go in and dive on our villagers here. We go back, trying to finish tapping up here, and then we're going to send him back onto deer since he's not committing to the raid. Healthy amount of villagers onto wood. About the wolf, and we're going to just move our way up. We do have tower vision, so we're going to rotate up there fairly smoothly. Our eco's at 45. His eco is at 49. I guess you can kind of see how he was microing here. So, we're dropping 3 towers with 1 villager in our base here, just in case we get some raids. We do know he has a scout there watching us, and we're just kind of holding on this front gold. 12 villagers on to gold here, so we got plenty of position there. And we're just checking out up here. We catch him in the process of rotating over to these deer. And his knights try to provide kind of a screen here. He loses 1 knight. A little bit painful. And we're dropping a tower. So we're going to drop another one. We really wanted to protect that relic and secondary gold. We figured that was going to be an expansion point. He's got 9 villagers here. So we do a lot of damage here. So you can tell our eco's at 48. His eco's at 49. So we've equalized, and with that last go, we fully equalized our ecos with him. Get our base, rallying villagers onto wood. We got tons of food. Our gold's a little bit suffering is all. He has aged up. So we're going to age up now. We're going to pull these villagers off of gold to drop the set readout. Which is okay. We figured we could build a bunch of horsemen during this period. And we see he's got a lot of villagers on stone. That's 7 villagers, and we're going to cut down a whole bunch of them. There's, what, like 19, 20 villagers here. So we get a pretty good kill here. We don't fully commit to none of these towers. These are feudal age Mangudai. They still take a pretty good beating. I'm going to drop another tower on this relic and gold mine just to make it really tough for him to kind of burn through it. And we're going to drop more infrastructure here. You can tell we're floating a ton of food at this point. So it's a good thing we're still rallying our villagers onto wood. 21 villagers up here. And take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, getting a ton of villagers right now. So our eco's at 53, and Snowgoon is at 31. So we just took a huge villager lead right now. We are getting attacked that looks down here in our base and we're not noticing. Unfortunately. Or perhaps we did notice. Yeah, I think we did notice and we reacted in time. While we were hopping through cameras. His vision is way closer. So we use panoramic and he uses the normal standard vision. Everything's a lot closer with this normal vision. Anywho, his eco's up to 32. Our eco's at 52. And yeah, we're just picking off more villages while they're trying to drop these towers. His stone, he just needs 40 stone to finish his TC, is what he was kind of looking for. We garrisoned our villages here on this side from these knights. We get a little bit greedy, we send him back out, even though his knights are right there. We weren't overly worried about it. And we did just get 3 Springwood emplacements. We dropped our monastery up here to collect this relic. And we do get raided, and we lose a villager. We garrison all of our vills, and we see he's just pulling back, and he pulled back even farther than last time. So yeah, we just immediately ungarrison. Villagers still rallying onto wood. Probably control grouping our stables. We're also getting up veteran horsemen, which is pretty big. Make them a little bit tankier. We finished building those points up there, and we're building a tower here in the middle by a rally point, also by the sacred site. Repositioning our troops here, and we don't realize that that tower wasn't being finished built, I guess. We're also getting balanced projectile, so this +2 damage for our ranged units. And again, our eco's at 55 and he's at 32, so we're still maintaining this 20 villager difference. These boats have pawns, so we just delete them real quick. Again, we got this villager idling. We're not doing anything with him. Okay, there we go. We're going to drop a couple more stables. We do have a good amount of wood right now at 300. And we finish our gold. It's ever we were getting attacked. I wasn't really sure what hit us. It must have hit a tower or something. And we're just going to push forward with a Mangudai kind of raid. We do burn that forward tower in position. We're going to burn down his docks there. Pull our con to the front. And we're pulling this step readout to the south by this gold. And our villagers are dropping a couple of towers as well. Veteran horseman upgrades coming through. We're getting more blacksmith upgrades. We're getting our Mangudai Shia Bolems up as well. And while our monk is running by here, there's a knight and a scout there. I guess we're just out of attack range, so they don't go for us. And we've dropped our monastery down here. And we're going to drop a couple of pastures now. We're rotating our eco into that. And our Mangudai over here to work on these knights. Monk has survived. And I think we're going to drop some more infrastructure. We do one more archery range. I want to make sure that we can outproduce his army at all times. We had felt pretty good in terms of the eco damage that we did, that we were ahead now. We're just kind of cementing it. And we see the siege workshop come down. We have our Mangudai on the way. We know he's got knights on the way too. He just finishes this barracks. So we start burning down the barracks, kind of a mistake. We definitely need to start hitting these towers. So we change our attention. About 7 archers down here, so we pulled these horsemen to take care of these archers while we burn this down. And our Mangudai have shown up as well. We're working on these spearmen. There goes one. Villagers are garrisoning, and we're just burning down towers. bringing our villager over to that stone to drop a tower. Again, tons of wood, so dropping some more infrastructure. Military units here, chilling. Re-aggroing our horsemen onto this tower to finish this tower, as well as the other tower, and then the TC. Got an attack thing up there. Again, nothing was hitting us, kind of weird. Pull off a little early there. We're also not producing any stone from our Uvu for a 1 minute, so we kind of lost track of that, unfortunately. And we noticed there, so we're dropping an Uvu. And we see that we have a ton of wood, so we're pretty close to being able to. I mean, we can second TC now, and we're just gonna burn down all these military buildings. We're gonna take down the siege, the barracks, all this stuff here. And at the same time, we're sniping down these villagers. Our eco is at 58. His eco is at 36. So after that big raid, his eco has been stagnated at 30-ish this whole time. Just repositioning some buildings here. And there we go. We're pulling all these villages from wood onto onto a second TC. Repositioning our GERs onto that new wood line. And up here in the front by these towers, primarily the map, building a proxy base, archery ranges. And so we use up all of our wood that way. And now the big thing is our food really needs to transition to pastures, and that's in part why we drop a second TC so we can crank out a ton of villagers. We are kind of messing up and not checking our TC production here. Just microing the Mangudai. Again, we probably could have just clicked and had them move on their own. But the plus is when you do kind of control them, you can find things like this tower going up, more specific control there. Our villagers have collected these berries, and we're gonna drop a monastery to drop the rest of that. Pick up the other 2 relics, and we're taking those villages to build a bunch of pastures. And we're gonna rotate our villagers. We have 27 villagers in queue. Gonna put us where we kind of want to be in terms of food production. Onto food right now. So our food production is going to stabilize again here shortly. Finishing building pastures up. Monk is we're resetting him on the relics. And yeah, this match is pretty much over at this point. Kind of felt it was. He's trying to mush an army, doesn't have anything solid. At 65 eco to his 33. He's got an army here trying to stop us from burning us down. The big thing that actually was kind of hurting was this Hulk actually did a lot of damage. But we fight this because we got Mangudai to fight this army that he's got. And we're just going to pull him back, burn down the barracks, staying out of Hulk's range a little bit. And at this point, since it's pretty much over, we're going to get a little bit greedy with our villager, drop a 4 tower on his production. And we are dropping a market because we're starting to float resources here and there, like the 5,000 gold. And since we have so much wood, we're dropping a ton of pastures here. We do try to keep it fairly tight to our base. The efficiency later on is pretty important for that. and we can age up to imp. And aging up with imp basically turns them off to trying to do any type of last stand. So villagers up here, and I think he just drops more infrastructure. Yeah, we just drop a bunch of stables around this zone. And we're just tapping up with our gold villagers since we had 4,500 gold banked. And it's slowly increasing because of 5 relics. These small ponds, these 3 fishing boats have finally finished at the 25-minute mark. So, good return on investment. Wood that we only used like 300 ish wood for 2,000 food. So that's really good. Our gear, and we've aged up, and he just listening here, our white stupa. So he didn't put a lot of early aggression. I think he was just trying to balance his eco out early. So good game to him, and thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.